Georgia has one of the most extreme abortion laws in the country, and no matter where you live, you need to hear this. I'm going to go over this really quickly because there's a lot here, but what you need to know up front is that Georgia fully intends on prosecuting the pregnant person. And yes, based on the wording of this bill, you could definitely be investigated for a miscarriage. Georgia's trigger law is HB 481, and it's a heartbeat bill banning abortions after a heartbeat is detected. The reason it's being held up in court is not because of the 6-week ban. It's because this Georgia law gives an unborn child full legal rights in the state of Georgia. This right here is the part being challenged. It shall be the policy of the state of Georgia to recognize unborn children as natural persons. An unborn child is at any stage of development who is carried in the womb. So ectopic pregnancies, not unborn children. Right above me, you have exceptions, removing an already deceased fetus in an ectopic pregnancy. There's also exceptions for medical emergency, which is to prevent the death or substantial and irreversible physical impairment, or for a medically futile pregnancy, which is basically a fetus that is not compatible with life. Right below me is the heartbeat ban. No abortion shall be performed once a fetal heartbeat is detected. And right below me is your SA and I exception, but you must provide a copy of the police report to the doctor. And if the men didn't care about our rights before, maybe they will now, because now that a fetus is a full natural person under Georgia law, you can apply for child support at the moment you find out you're pregnant. The maximum amount of support which the court may impose on the father of an unborn child under this code shall be the amount of direct medical and pregnancy-related expenses of the mother of the unborn child. And I'm not going to say this word, but you can also sue providers for the wrongful death of your unborn child. You can also claim a fetus as a dependent minor on your taxes, and they'll be included in census data. Of course, no increased penalties for domestic violence, like if you assault your pregnant partner or cause a miscarriage because of it. It only allows you to sue the provider for wrongful death. This is an article from 2019 when the bill originally came out. Don't go look it up. There's a lot of inaccuracies in it now. But pause to read this because these parts are still accurate. This second-degree charge is how a lot of legal experts are saying you could be investigated and charged for your own miscarriage. This is Georgia's second-degree unalive statute. The one above me says that you have to have malice and forethought. But when it comes to cruelty to children, you don't have to intend to do harm. And that says the punishment is 10 to 30 years in prison. You can commit child cruelty by depriving the child of necessary sustenance to the extent that the child's health or well-being is jeopardized, or through criminal negligence, causing the child excessive physical or mental pain. This seems like a good time to remind you that in 2015, Georgia arrested a black woman for inducing her own abortion and charged her with murder. And the only reason they let her go is because they didn't have a law on the books at the time. That felt like a marathon. I have your recap up here. The personhood language in this bill is very dangerous and opens you up to a ton of potential legal consequences.